Lethal company is great fun with friends, but what if you have none? Is it even beatable then? To clarify, lethal company per se does not have an ending, as does capitalism. But how? If you would let me finish, I would explain. I want to beat capitalism by simply owning everything. So the only thing that is missing is having it all, which means we need to buy it. And similarly to getting a job with no experience, you can imagine the level of attraction a braided rope hanging from the ceiling has while making this challenge. So, let us begin. Can you beat lethal company being a friendless bitch? To answer this question, we need some basics, which would be money. That's pretty much it. But how much? Well, we need 1,592 bucks for equipment, 1,155 for the ship upgrades, and 1,150 for extras. Without the suits, as they work differently, which all comes to 3,897 bucks. For anyone who still doesn't know how this game works as they live under a rock, you have 4 days to live. I mean, meet the quota. That you do by collecting scrap from the moons and sell on the last day to reach maximum profits. Else you could do it before, but not for the maximum amount of money. And why would you do this? Because there are monsters in this game. Like this one, or that one. Or my favorite, this boy. All of them can kill you in seconds, and will. And if you die, bad luck, because then it means regaining all that scrap, because if all die, in this case, me, all scrap is lost. And just to remind you, once the quota is matched, the next one will be higher. Means this challenge is not only hard because 3.9k is a very high price, but also because if I would ever die on the third day, there is a high chance of not meeting the quota, which ends in death by suffocation in the deep ends of space. We begin our journey, and my first time playing, with the standard moon, small but good for beginners, like me, who still don't know how the fuck you use the controls of this game. Starting by buying a shovel and a flashlight, which might have been the best start I could have imagined, as after wasting 3 hours to find the main entrance, we were caught in supernatural darkness, and the small monsters of this facility decided that I was a cunt. But don't worry, good old shovel caved in their skull. Afterwards, we left the company building with a case of cold ones and a big ass screw. Not bad for the first day, I think. So I landed on the next moon and decided that the offense would be a great place, so I got stuck on a piece of pipe on the floor and got shot in the back of the head and died. But the next run, I got killed by a sandwich. Well, on our first run, we made $0 and got eaten by a Lovecraftian monster. Thursdays, am I right? No, actually, just all 8 days of the week. Yes, I managed to fuck up so bad I die 8 days a week. I got fired several times. My closest try was 119 bucks out of 130, which you guessed, it got me fired. At my current stage, I thought this game is literally impossible alone, as the only thing I managed to collect was more deaths, as my survival instinct seems to have developed into a standoff with a monster and jumping off a 40-foot drop the second I hear a spider. I even managed to see maybe the only case of a monster literally giving up to kill me out of pity. Just to me literally running into the same monster again and jumping off a cliff. This called for a serious strategy change, and it didn't serve in the military for nothing. PTSD and the use of a shovel to kill anything in your way has its perks. It's been over a week later now, not because I managed to fuck up in the game so bad, but also because I managed to end up unable to walk or sit thanks to a small error in the gym. Well, start at the bottom of the year, and so you can only climb up higher, am I right? Anyways, I managed to reach my first quota, which I managed by basically finding 3 items at the last day and just going back to my ship. Funny enough, after my week-long break, I returned to my items back on the ship. I don't know how, but I don't mind. Not because it helped. So our next run starts. What the fuck is this bullshit? Remember how I literally said the items came back and didn't matter, like literally 1 sentence ago? No, you dense cunt. Because this piece of shit killed me right after. The maybe most intense fucking run I've ever had, just to end up being super close to the end, be out of breath, and die to a giant fat ass McGee who thinks I might be a fucking McDonald's fry. Anyways, I had 1 day left. And so I continued to dying, more dying, getting fired, dying, fired, dying, fired, dying, fired, dying, fired. What the fuck? Okay, nah, it's fine. You think it's hard to reach the next quota? The first quota isn't that hard. But meeting 4 monsters breathing into your neck, jumping off the cliff, or getting straight up stranded is bullshit! The amount of time that went into this by now is crazy. Because I don't just have playtime, I did research, I watched others, I read the fucking wiki. But you know what? No. I get it, it's a skill issue. Fallen monsters behind you, the second you look back and die? Skill issue. Cannot find anything in the building because the doors are locked, safety doors are shut, and items don't spawn? Skill issue. Didn't reach the quota? Skill issue. The fucking item you need in the store not coming into rotation? Skill issue. No, I'm done! I tried it your way. Now, we're doing it my way. I tried for hours, and I never said it is possible to beat Lethal Company without bugs. So let me teach you something. There are a couple of glitches. Some I still don't know how to recreate. For one, the bug where stuff comes back that you sold. If I could recreate this glitch, I would only need one single good run, and I would end selling that stuff every single day, making the big bank. I'm not able to recreate this, sadly. But else, there is the simple feature that if you quit the game before the day ends, you redo the day you died on, which would end up making it a question of are you good enough to beat the days with such fat stacks that you are able to get it all. And additionally, there is apparently the bug that if you don't enter the ship, you somehow reappear on the ship when it leaves. Don't ask me how the fuck that happened. I was unable to recreate the shit, and now that we are basically immortal, theoretically of course, we shall now see how the fuck I beat this nightmare of a game. We are now over 1 month deep in this video. A new patch came out and apparently there is more stuff that needs to be carried with both arms than anything else anymore. Anyways, I started a new save and this time we made it right. We go to the moon and immediately hit a new jackpot. A private audience with JJ Christ, a small loan of 289 bucks. Continue to visit moons, get as much loot as possible and almost die in real life due to a heart attack. Because the monsters of this game are pieces of shit! Anyway, so we start to use one very important strategy. The quota. The quota needs one single thing to properly work. The loot amount that is requested. Means not more, not less. And as long as we do not die, we keep the loot and so we don't have to sell it. Basically what I'm saying is we're going to always have some savings on the side and start collecting all the money that we need. Fulfill the quota as ass and start prepping our trump card. And what would that be? Titan. Titan, a hyper dangerous moon. If there's any chance that there's anything wrong, it is there. And the reason I have paid 700 bucks for it. So, not only is the way rather short, I guess. Maybe not. But in this facility there is a lot of loot. Basically, around 2,000 bucks worth of loot. But we do have to remember that I am still alone. So my best run was actually the first run where I found this, which was over 700 bucks. So basically, we managed to gain a net plus already. And if you can repeat this for 2 more times, we can manage to be done with half the challenge already. But this is way easier said than done. I have a couple of hours of footage of me going into this facility and either dying to the monsters inside or outside. And very importantly, my fucking self! Anyways, I won't make you watch the sad events of me being an absolute fucking idiot, so I will simply summarize. On our first day on Titan, we managed to gain around 700 bucks with one hell of a jackpot. The second day took me a few hours of dying, but was finally finished with a bit over 600 bucks. The same amount of suffering for the last day. Oh, fuck off. Which means in the end we managed to gain around 1,200 bucks of profit. And as my unreleased rap album says, I am a
Up at the profit, Mr. Puppeteer.
problem. This profit is miserable. The current rate of profit to and moments is pretty shit. And believe me, currently I am now 2 months into production, had several ideas for other videos, but my current life-work balance is dominated by work and my free time per day is going into the minutes, which I would appreciate now if you would be so nice to subscribe, yes? So I can see some people are okay with me working months on one project. But besides my awful management, I would like to take you on an adventure. So late into the video? Yes, you're First, we have to find the right moon. Nah. Yes. Now we simply do as we hope in life. We enter the building we have entered several thousand times, do the same thing day in, day out, and survive to the bare minimum. We never question if life might have a better alternative for us. We simply obey. And look, maybe we gather enough for someone way more rich than us so that we also may be wealthy. We simply risk our time, life, and energy on a mission that might be impossible to actually satisfy. Maybe it's not the company that never stops to ask for more and take everything from us we have to offer. Maybe it is us. Maybe we are wasting precious time we might never get back. And who knows, maybe the true adventure is the harsh but real lesson this game shows us. Maybe we are running into the same buildings, and maybe every single thing we gather and give up for something that might never truly care if we live or die is the exact picture of life that we have to realize. Maybe, just maybe, we don't have to beat capitalism. At this point, I have spent a lot of time in this beautiful, yet dark and horrifying world. It has been months since I've started this adventure, and I have to be honest, I'm not the same man that has started this adventure. You may be confused because you most likely don't know who I am, but to be true to you, I don't know myself either. And this is why I didn't just sell my time, energy, but mostly a lot of my passion. But I've gotten something from all of that. Not only a crucial life lesson, but I have learned that sometimes it is not about how quick you are or how much you want something to be. In the end, it is about understanding that sometimes there is only you who can achieve the very goal you have set. And I did. I did manage to collect over 4,000 credits worth of scrap, and I did notice that capitalism cannot be beat. Even when you have the financial power to buy whatever you want, it still does not free you from its cage. This might not have been the ending you might have expected for a multi-month project, but in my defense, we achieved the money. All that was missing was just me waiting for all the items to get into rotation, and I hope you understand that RNG in my eyes is the equivalent to an overweight chain-smoking claustrophobic alcoholic. If you need proof, you can simply check out my last project. Else, I am very happy to have you here, so I hope to see you again in my next video. I am the Mim Reaper, and I will visit you soon. Maybe. Hopefully.